Hello and welcome to the 5th round of the Skill Issue Championship Series 2020. You can see here the standings are as they were before. Daniel Ricciardo's in first. Checo is closing the gap, only 5 points behind in the second place. Verstappen is a little bit of a distant third. And I'm right down there in 11th with 7 points, just stomping all over Lance Stroll like he's paying me to do it. We're in round 5, we're in Silverstone, and like last time I'm going to skip practice. Nothing really interesting happened, just going to play the hot lap. So qualifying and practice before it were a bit challenging, and Silverstone itself is to me a challenge. As you're going to see through the lap, there's a couple of corners where I just don't know the right line. I've watched guides, I've tried, I promise I've tried, but I just can't line it up. And a part of the problem is, I'm not good. It's the main problem. But also, sight lines in the cockpit view, I just can't see quite where I'm going. I spent most of the time going back and forth with tire pressures, with downforce, trying to keep the car a little more stuck in so I could be a little more aggressive. It's just not there for me, unfortunately. Not going to be my most competitive race. But I'm going to just let the lap finish out. Judge for yourself, judge harshly. I need it, I deserve it. And we'll see how it plays out in the end.
Just done a 127.76. The leader has just done a 127.70. The leader's just done a 127.40. Eighth place.
So that 8th place that Jim promised me was a lie. It's actually being held by Pierre Gasly, my mortal enemy from round 1. But hometown hero Lewis takes first place, Checo's in second, DR3's in third, Carlos Sainz best of the rest. And if we scroll down here, you can see right at the bottom of the pack, it's me! By a lot. I've got my work cut out for me. This has always been a weak race for me, but I'm going to give it hell. I'm going to jump ahead to the race and have a good time. And it is 5 green lights and a very, very sloppy start. Opposition pulling away. I'm coming into Abbey here, and I'm getting the opportunity to do my very best Benjamin Daly impression into Farmer Chapel. So I've taken 1 position, 2 on the inside, lost 1, and then back to 19th. Not a big deal. Gonna crawl around the outside, try not to make contact, and make it stick P16. Nope, P17 just lost a position again, going straight to the front runner, the 2 Haas's that are in front of me, and very quickly down to P18 because it's an Alpha, outbreaking the competition just a little bit, going into Brooklyn's left field, keeping it close on the inside, closer than you'd like, hitting some grass, cooling off the tires, and then finally pulling away with P16.
16th place.
Not a lot of action the rest of the first lap, moving on to the start of the second lap, still in P16, staring at the back of the Haas, going into that Farm Village Chapel section, pulling on the outside, sloppy wide turn around Chapel, and we're coming out of the turn ahead on position. And right about here I notice my battery is still on high from the last lap, so I've got to set her to build along the long straight, losing time, losing position. He's sticking his nose in, but I box him out and hold on to P15. Into lap 3 now as we enter the Wellington Straight. I've managed to work my way up to the pack of Lando, Vettel, and George Russell actually going into Brooklands and left field here. Managed to get right up onto his gearbox, pull to the outside, trying to avoid contact, and get ahead of him, trying to make it stick. Now as we round around Woodcote, you can see the arrows. Lando is still right there. There's not really anywhere for me to go. I'm boxed on the right, I'm boxed in front, so I have to take the wide line, unfortunately let him through, avoid contact, and live to race another lap.
On your left.
End of lap 3, start of lap 4 now. You can see I'm still battling with Lando and George, going around Abbey, no issues, going to that Farm Chapel Village sector. I'm wondering if I can make a little bit of a dive on it. I bail on that pretty quick, but hang tight to the curb, try to work my way on the outside. They're slowing each other up, and I managed to claim the position. George still on the tail though, give him a little bit of a squeeze on the left side, and I've got DRS, which he does not, and I can run away with P13.
Next car is Leclerc. Relax, focus, keep it smooth.
Moving ahead now to lap 6, and I'm about to give you all a masterclass in what you should not do when you're in a race.
Car left. Clear left. Your suspension's going to need sorting.
So in case you're wondering what happened there, I got too close to a Ferrari. I misjudged the distance. I also had worn out tire on the front left, and I wasn't braking as sharp as I could have. Took damage. I'd love to tell you I brought it home to get into the pits, but yeah, not my best showing.
Your suspension's completely knackered. There's nothing we can do there.
So it's a disappointing end to a difficult race on a track that is always challenging to me. Unfortunately, I'm the only retirement, but Valtteri Bottas wins the race. Charles Leclerc with a fantastic recovery drive, starting out of the points and finishing P2. Carlos Sainz rounding out the podium. Kimi Räikkönen, who started I think right in front of me at the back of the pack, finishes P6. And interestingly, Daniel Ricciardo, leader in the Drivers' Championship, finishing P12. And so here is where we stand. Checo has taken first position in the Drivers' Championship, leapfrogging Daniel Ricciardo, taking a 7-point lead over him. Max Verstappen is P3 in this particular race, and Valtteri Bottas is best of the rest. Mortal enemy Pierre Gasly finishes off the top 10, gotta chase him down, but what's most important, I think you'll find, is that I am better than Lance Stroll. Coming up next in the 6th round is the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Love the track, a lot of fast action, couple of tight corners, couple of little twisty bits. Very excited to make that one count and have a great bounce back Grand Prix after what was ultimately a disappointing Silverstone experience. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.